Do I think it's worth it? I don't know. Very special spot in my heart for this. Tattooed on my forehead, amazing. It was expensive. I don't know if it was worth it. We've got some learning to do. Hi guys, and welcome back to another day of Vlogmas. Today is an exciting one. I am so excited to go over all of my favorite purchases of 2022, all of my more recent purchases, so like in the last month or two that I can't really say if they're my favorite of the year, but they are some that I'm excited about that I just recently tried out. And then also a couple that I have a little bit of buyer's remorse, which I really don't have many as I was thinking of them. I'm sure like after I get done with this video, I'm gonna be like, oh, I should have said that one. But I also am going to announce my giveaway winner at the end of this video, so I'm super excited about that because this was a Vlogmas giveaway, and by the time that you guys see this video, I would have already gotten her email, made sure that I got her address so that I could send that out. But I just want to say, like, thank you guys so much for being so awesome throughout Vlogmas. We're not done yet, but pretty much through Vlogmas, and a lot of you guys have just been here every single day, which is amazing. I know it's a lot to keep up with, but also it's been like a really big challenge for my YouTube career, and it's obviously my first Vlogmas, so everything has gone really well, and I've actually loved doing it. I've loved keeping you guys in the loop every single day, so thank you guys so much for being the best. I just love you guys so much. So let's get into it, and let's start with my favorite purchases of 2022. I do have them on my phone. I was gonna like write them down and everything, but if you guys see me glancing at my phone, that would be why, just because I'm gonna like go in order so that I don't go off on a tangent on every single thing. So we're gonna start with Stanley Cup because it's right here, and I'm gonna try and show you guys all the things that I'm talking about for the most part, but if not, then I'll make sure to like put a picture up. So obviously the Stanley Cup, it's in the giveaway. It's one of my favorite things in the world. I have two now. This is my most recent one, and I also have a white one. I actually bought this same color for the giveaway winner, and I was like, I'm obsessed with this color. I need it, and now I'm obsessed with it. So Stanley Cup, the only problem with the Stanley Cup is that if you normally like put all of your stuff in a bag, they do kind of spill. There are a couple that don't spill, but this is my favorite one. Like, I love the giant handle. I love the straw. It makes me drink so much more water. And yeah, really the only downfall of them is that they spill in your bag. So like, I love that they go in your cup holder in your car, and I just carry it rather than throwing it into a bag. Because if it does tip over, obviously you don't want like a big puddle in your bag. Next up is my rings. So I have like staple rings. Excuse my self-tan hands. I've been like exfoliating, so I get a spray tan today. But all of my staple rings. So I have never gotten very pricey rings. My mom, like when I was growing up, my mom had sopata, I think is what it is. I couldn't even tell you how to spell that, but she would do like sopata parties and like all the things. And so I would normally get like her hand-me-down jewelry, but I had never really bought expensive jewelry. I would get them from Forever 21. They would tarnish. And I almost felt like I spent way more money because I was constantly buying rings, because I love the look of having rings on all the time. But I hated taking them off to shower, and like I just wanted some staple rings. So I got these ones, and I guess I'll go through each one. So this one was definitely one of the most pricey purchases for jewelry that I've ever made, and it's from Louis Vuitton. And I don't know, I would not say that I have buyer's remorse because I wear them every single day, but that one is white gold, and that is the only thing that I've ever had that's white gold, and it was kind of pricey. So I would say that if I didn't wear it every single day, I'd probably have some buyer's remorse. Then the middle one is, not to flip you off, the middle one is David Yurman ring, and then this one is a Gucci ring, which these are silver, so they're actually, they weren't as expensive as what you would think from these name brands, I guess I would say. And then the middle one is David Yurman as well, and then this one's actually my Aura ring, which I'll go into in my newer purchases here in a few minutes. But regardless, I love having rings that I can just wear all the time and that I know aren't gonna tarnish. So I would say these are all some of my favorites. I kind of switched from gold to silver recently, or like white gold. I only have one thing that's white gold. But I always had, like my mom growing up, she had a silver wedding band, and I always liked how all of her jewelry looked. And I think that you can still mix gold and silver. Like I have a gold forever bracelet or whatever the heck these are called. And I think that it's fine to mix, especially since in this David Yurman one, I have a little bit of gold and silver. So there's my rings. So this one's honestly a little bit of a lie when it comes to my best purchases of 2022 because I bought it in 2021. But here's the thing, is that I would buy this thing over and over again, and I have bought it for gifts for people. I have 100% loved this purchase since the day I bought it. It is my Hatch alarm, and this is actually one of the ones that's going in the giveaway because obviously mine's on my nightstand. I figured I might as well just show this one. Y'all, last night, in the nick of time for me to record this, my Wi-Fi stopped working last night, and so my Hatch alarm wasn't working, and I threw a fit. I literally threw a fit. I was like, oh my gosh, why is this not working? How am I gonna sleep? And I had a hard time falling asleep. So I never used a sound machine, really. I used to, like growing up, I would actually fall asleep listening to Junie B. Jones on tape. That's what I did when I was little. So I think that growing up, I always had something playing in the background. And then during college, I started using a TV to fall asleep. And then I started using a sound machine, and I would do it on Spotify. I would do like the Spotify sound of white noise or of a fan, and then I got the Hatch alarm because one of my in-person personal training clients told me about it. And I said, that's absurd to spend like over $100 on an alarm when our phones are an alarm. I think that I can credit this. This is like a commercial for Hatch, and I've never even worked with them before. I can credit a lot of being a morning person to my Hatch alarm because I wake up in the best mood not having to wake up to the iPhone alarm. Like, the iPhone alarm literally will put you in a bad mood before the day even starts. And this one, you don't even know why you're waking up because it's like a sunrise alarm where you're waking up almost like imitates a sunrise, especially if you're like me and you wake up before the sun rises. It helps you wake up before the alarm even goes off. And then I have chimes as the alarm, and normally I'm up before the chimes even go off. So I have it set to be like 15 minutes before my alarm goes off, the sunrise starts. So it's amazing. And then I fall asleep to the sound of light rain, and it is literally the best thing in the world. There's also a red light. I haven't been using it. A lot of people will use that, and it is like basically a wind down routine. And it is a wind down routine, and I think that like people will read with the red light or it will help them fall asleep. So I need to start using that. I haven't been using all of the different features of it clearly, but I don't pay for a subscription. A lot of people will ask that. They'll say like, do you have to pay monthly? And I personally do not pay monthly. I just use like the typical stuff that comes with it. Hatch alarm tattooed on my forehead, amazing. These are dirty, these are beat up, but these freaking Hokas, it would be a disgrace if I didn't say that the Hokas were some of my favorite purchases. So I got the all white ones in 2022, so that counts. They weren't my favorite. They weren't my first pair of Hokas. So in college, I had to walk so much. I went to University of Alabama, and I had to walk. I walked so many steps in a day that I needed some comfy shoes. And once I bought Hokas, I think my first pair was like blue and orange or something. I don't even know. They were crazy looking. But I ended up wearing them every single day. I wore them literally every single day to class to walk. And then I finally got these all white ones. I don't think they even had all white when I first got Hokas. So when I got those, like, they are my favorite shoes. I've worn them into the ground, and I actually just ordered a different style of Hokas in all white. So I'll have to show you guys when those come in, of course. But that shows how much I love them. I know you're like only supposed to walk or run a certain amount of miles in shoes before like they're no longer as supportive as what they should be. But these I wear, I mean, I do wear them every single day still, because if I go on a walk, I'm wearing these. Like, I will choose these 10 times out of 10. So yeah, I think those are pretty self-explanatory. If you guys haven't gotten the Hoka train, if you like to even walk, you don't have to be a runner. If you need walking shoes, or maybe you work in the medical field, I feel like Hokas are just the go-to. Okay, I've got to take these right off my feet to show you because I literally have them on right now. I have a couple different pairs of UGG slippers, and I've had UGG slippers since I remember I was in middle school when I got my first pair of UGG slippers, and I got UGG slippers before I got UGG boots, if that tells you anything. And I'm from Michigan. UGG boots were very popular growing up. Everyone had them. And UGG slippers were my first UGG purchase. Well, I think I got them for Christmas in probably 6th grade, maybe. These are the ones that I probably gravitate to the most. I have a couple different pairs, but these ones are just, I mean, one, they're the stinking cutest slippers ever, but I think that I probably would get these if I had to choose between these ones and the other ones that are called Taz Ugg slippers, I think is what they're called, just because these ones don't have as much of a platform as the other ones, and the other ones I kind of trip over my feet. So Ugg slippers, if you need a nice pair of slippers. I have the Skims ones as well, and they're like basically like the slip-on slippers. Like they're not like a clog look, they're just like the strap slide slippers. I like those too, but personally I think that these are just way cozier. Speaking of Skims, Skims blanket. These are also in the giveaway, and I've got a couple different colors, and I was like, oh, maybe I need a different color of Skims blanket, but I stopped myself because this one, I got this actually, matter of fact, I got it for Christmas last year. I have the Skims robe in the same color, chestnut or something like that, and my best friend got me this blanket that matches it. It's like literally the comfiest thing in the world, because I would wear my Skims robe to be like a blanket at home because it was so cozy. And then she got this for me last Christmas, and it has been my obsession since. I sleep with it every single night. I know that sounds like I'm a 4-year-old, but I literally, this is like, Jay always says, your blankie, gotta go grab your blankie. Like that's how much I'm obsessed with this thing. It's the fuzziest thing ever. I actually just recently got a Barefoot Dreams blanket for the first time, and I'll talk about that in my recent purchases. But Skims blanket, definitely one of my favorites. Okay, this next one is a very big splurge. I will say that much. So, my YSL Nikki bag. It plays, I don't know, it holds a special spot in my heart because it was my very first luxury handbag, and honestly, like any big splurge that I've ever made on myself. When I first, I think I was a year into social media, and I was also a year into my online coaching business, I decided that I really wanted to treat myself to a luxury handbag that I could use all the time. And so I think that's why it's so special, and it's worth every single penny, because it just was a really big decision. Like I searched for a long time. I went in stores and I looked and I'm like, okay, what do I want? Like the typical one to get is a Louis Vuitton. And I was like, I just love this. And I actually ended up months later deciding to get a matching wallet. So I didn't get these at the same time, but I do have a very, very special spot in my heart for this, because I feel like it was, I don't know, I'm not a very sentimental person when it comes to things, but I will say I remember that this like meant a lot to me at that time, and it still means a lot to me, because I was like, wow, I have really come a long way. I went from, gosh, I almost have like chills thinking about this. I know it's not that deep, but I went from really struggling financially in college, and I was working my absolute butt off. I had a full-time job, sometimes 2 jobs. I was a nanny, and I was also doing personal training, and before that I had a couple other jobs that I was doing all the time, and I would struggle to pay my $500 rent. And I remember having times where I'm like, I don't even know how I'm gonna pay for my groceries. I don't know how I'm gonna pay, which I'm sure a lot of you guys have gone through in college. And it's part of the struggle, it's part of becoming an adult, but being able to purchase something that's so luxury and so special all on my own without any help. And it was a time in my life where I finally had no financial stress of not knowing how I was going to pay for very necessary things like rent and your car payment. And if my car broke down, like I remember having my AC go out, and I couldn't pay for my AC when I lived in the summer of Alabama, and it was over 100 degrees, and I would just like get lightheaded in my car. And I know I'm going off on a tangent, but like getting that purse meant so much to me. So this one, I have no buyer's remorse. I love it. I use it all the time. I probably at least use this purse 2 to 3 times a week. Like if I'm gonna buy a luxury handbag, it's gonna be one that I can use all the time. So I just went off on a tangent, but that one definitely means a lot to me, and one of my very favorite, that might be my favorite purchase of 2022. And then moving on to Saltaire products. Going from a deep sob story to, okay, bath products. But bath products from, well, I guess body products from Saltaire. And you guys have heard me talk about these so much lately. But Saltaire, I had heard about them on TikTok because this girl was saying that like you should have all matching scents if you want to smell like luxurious and like very matchy. And I always like kind of struggled with the thought of, okay, what soap should I wear, or what soap should I use and what lotion should I use so that they don't like clash scents. And so I got all of the different Saltaire products. These are just 2 of the products that I have. I have literally everything that Saltaire offers. I have their deodorant. I love every single thing. I have their new purple shampoo. I mean, I literally love Saltaire so much. So I love their body oil. I had never used body oil before this. I don't think, at least, not consistently. And I do my lotion and then my body oil after the shower. And I just feel like I wake up and my skin's all good. It doesn't feel like my skin's dry, and I typically have very dry skin. So Saltaire products next on the list. And I think I have one more. Or did I go through all of them? No, that's everything that I have as my favorite purchases. That's crazy. So we rocked through those, and then now we will go into new purchases. So my first new purchase is this sucker right behind me, a sectional couch. And if you guys remember, I had a CB2 couch that was in my living room, and now it's in my office. I love that one, but the thing is that it was really good for me when I was by myself all the time and not in a relationship, and I got it back when I was in Alabama. And so I really didn't hang out on the couch very much. Like, I was not really a couch girly, but it was cute, or it is cute. It still is cute in my office. I said closet because my office is like kind of a closet too. But I would say, so this is from Crate & Barrel, and it definitely is, it's my newest purchase, like very big purchase. Couches are so expensive, and so I went back and forth on so many different things. I will say it's gonna take a while before I decide if this is like one of my favorite purchases. I love that I now like to relax on the couch. I never was someone who liked to relax and watch a movie, and like now it's one of Jay and my favorite things to do because we can just like lounge out here, and there's so much room. If I were to get a dog, there'd be so much room for Jay, me, dog, you know, all of this space. We could have 17 people on this couch, for goodness sake. It takes a lot of fluffing, and that's for like any cloud couch or cloud dupe. Obviously, this is not the restoration hardware. I would never in a million years be able to, I mean, I will never say never, but can't really wrap my head around the fact I would spend that much on a cloud couch, because there's so much work to fluff. So I don't see myself doing that. If you guys do see me do that, then if I ever complain about fluffing a couch, then I asked for it, because I know after this one, it takes a lot of fluffing to get any kind of like, I don't know, comfy sectional fluffed. That's one of my newest purchases. I love it so far, I will say that much. My next up is my Vitamix, which I guess I could show that. Well, you guys can kind of see it in the, well, no, we'll go over there. Here's my Vitamix, so you know what I'm talking about. Basically just a giant blender. It does all of the things. It has all the different options. Then you can make soups, you can make spreads, you can make ice cream. I personally mostly just do smoothies in it, so we'll go back over there and chat about it, but I wanted to show you guys what I'm talking about. So here's the stitch on the Vitamix. It's one of my newer purchases. I have not used it to its full potential. That seems to be what I do when I buy appliances. I'm like, there's so many things that I could probably be using that for, so I can't even say like, is it worth it, is it not? Because if you're out here making soups and spreads and purees and all of the things, I'm sure it's worth every penny. So far, I would have to say it's really not that much different than like my Ninja Bullet. That was like $100. I did get my Vitamix on sale on Amazon though, so I will say that helped, but it still was kind of a pricey purchase to like be a really big blender that does the same thing as like one of my NutriBullet or whatever. I think I have the Ninja Bullet. I don't know. You guys know what I'm talking about. The single serve smoothie thing that I always make my protein smoothies in. Next up is my Dyson Airwrap, and I actually did my hair today with my Dyson Airwrap. Well, gosh, this probably is not a good representation of my Dyson Airwrap because I just ran like the brush part through so that it would be a little bit straighter. Also, kind of goes hand in hand with Vitamix. Like, do I think it's worth it? I don't know, but do I also think that I have not used it to its full potential? Absolutely. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, so I need to watch so many tutorials before I tell you guys if the Dyson's worth it or not. It's so pricey that I just don't know. I just don't know. And I hear a lot of people say that it's their favorite purchase in the world, and I hear a lot of people say that they have buyer's remorse. So I put that one between like one of my newer purchases, also one that I kind of have buyer's remorse just because I have the Bio-Ionic straightener, I have the Bio-Ionic curling iron, and I have the Bio-Ionic hair dryer. So I already have all of the different things that I would need to do my hair, and I didn't really necessarily have a problem with those. I guess I thought that the Dyson Airwrap was gonna be a lot easier than what it was, and I don't know, we're still deciding on that one, but that's my next newest one. And then Glossier U, I think that's how you say it. I've got it right here. Glossier U is a perfume that basically, apparently it's supposed to seep into your skin and have a different scent for everyone. And so I looked it up. I think I've got it right here. Okay, so this is the Glossier U. It's spelled like Glossier. Is it Glossier or Glossier? I think it's Glossier. So it says a perfume that melts into skin and smells a bit different on everyone, which is so crazy. So I'm so bad at explaining a smell, but it says, first you smell the pink pepper, the bright, sparkling, spicy top note that makes a good first impression. Then you get into the woodsy, slightly sweet heart of the scent that comes from an ambrette seeds and warm ambery ambrox. Okay, whatever that means. But basically, it was only $65, and that's really not that much for a perfume that makes me stop people and say, what the heck are you wearing? Gretchen said that it's worth every penny, so we went into a Glossier store, and I was like, okay, sold. I'm sold. It's $65. It's not something like my Baccarat Rouge, which is also on the list of, is it a buyer's remorse purchase or not? Do I have buyer's remorse? It was so expensive for a perfume that I'm almost scared to use it. Like, I only want to use it for like special occasions, and I just don't really like thinking about that kind of stuff. Like, same with like handbags and jewelry and stuff. Like, I want things that I can just use all the time. I'm not really like a special occasion person. Like, I'm typically dressed like this. Glossier U, it's a new purchase, but golly, I think 2023 I might be able to say it's going to be one of my favorite purchases because I love it. I love how it smells on me. Jay was like, wow, I love whatever you put on, and it was this today. So I think I've only had it for less than a month. I got it when I was in LA. Such a new purchase, but if you guys do need a new perfume that does not break the bank, I would say that this is probably a good one. They also come with solid ones, which you like rub your hand on, or you like put all over you, whatever, and it's basically like a balm type look, and it would be really good to like throw in your purse. So I think that might be one of my newest purchases in the next couple months, because I just would never like keep a perfume bottle in my purse, I don't think. Okay, a few more new purchases. I think I have more new purchases than I do favorite purchases, but I'm just excited to show you guys all of these. So the Rhode Peptide Lip Treatment. What do we think about this, y'all? What do we think? Because I personally got one. So I got this one, the watermelon slice, for my sister to throw in her Christmas present. So I'll put that one to the side. But this one is, I literally haven't even taken them out of the box. That's how new they are. They came in this morning. I have heard so much hype about these dang things, and they were always sold out, and I'm like, what do we think about this? What do we? Oh. I will have to report back on this one. This is one of my newest purchases. They were on a wait list for so long for every product, and so this is the only Rhode stuff that I have. I don't necessarily like follow Hailey Bieber the way that a lot of people do, so I don't know a ton about her line, but this peptide lip treatment, I keep hearing that it's all the hype, so we're gonna give it a shot. I'll keep you guys in the loop on that one. I really will, but so far that was the very first time they've touched my lips, so I can't tell you much. Next up, talking about the Aura Ring and the, what is this called? What is this called? Natural Cycles. So, if you guys have listened to my last couple of vlogs, I just recently got my period back after years of not having a period. I was on birth control, finally got off birth control. I was on it for acne, which you guys know I struggle with acne very much so. So the doctor put me on birth control years ago, and I finally was like, this just doesn't seem right. It doesn't sit right with me. I feel like my body's not responding well. Everyone's super different. So I ended up getting the Aura Ring for my sleep, because that's typically what people will get the Aura Ring for. It tracks your sleep, lets you know what your recovery is. I absolutely love it so far, but I lost my charger for a little bit. Just found it, started wearing it again, and I love it again. So I got that a couple months ago. I really wore it consistently for like the first month. Then I couldn't find my charger, and now I've been wearing it consistently again. I do think that this is worth the money. I will. My new purchase that I wanted to talk about was the Natural Cycles thermometer and the Natural Cycles, I guess it's like a subscription type thing, and it connects with your Oura Ring. I have not done it yet. I literally got this in this morning and I was like, perfect. This came in right in time. I was gonna tell you guys about it, but it came in time to show you. So basically it's a thermometer. It is a thermometer, and it's to track your cycle, I guess. And a lot of people will use it to get pregnant, and a lot of people will use it to avoid pregnancy, or, you know, I think that it's just to really know your body really well. And so I think from what I've gathered, you take your temperature in the morning and then you log all of the information on, like, if you're on your period, I think it just does all the things. So I'm gonna keep you guys in the loop on that. I need to do more research exactly what it's going to do for me, but I think it will be good to learn my body and what stage of my cycle I'm in, and just to like know a little bit more about how my body reacts in different weeks of the month. I think that that will be really good for me. I don't necessarily know if I'll do like cycle syncing or whatever is like the newest thing that you like cycle your workouts with. Like, I'm very consistent with my workouts. I don't think that those are really going to change that much depending on where my period is, but Natural Cycles I think will help me learn a little bit more about like how my body's doing. Up next, another new purchase is this planner, and it's by the Happy Planner, and it is a 2023 planner. So I really can't tell you guys that much about it because I haven't been able to use it that much, but I wanted a very good quality planner. Planners are like weirdly expensive kind of if you want a really good one. So I didn't want one that I use for a week and then I give up on. I wanted one that has pretty much everything that I wanted. I wanted it to be neutral. I wanted it to, well, let me show you guys. So this one is basically, in the beginning it says March goals, focus on to-do list, important dates, and then you have like a month overview, and then you go a little bit further, and well, this one's for February. You go a little further, and this is for each day, and I want to do it like this. My online coaching, what I need to record that day, and what's due that day. So obviously, I can also put in there if I have an appointment that day, if I have a call that day, like every Monday at 2 o'clock I have a call. If I ever have someone new starting for online coaching, which is always going to be in the first one, which I never have more than 2 people start for a day. So I will always write down whoever that person's name is, how many weeks they're doing, and then down here it will be like, okay, what content, brand deals do I need to record, when they're due, and then down here do like if there is something due. So that's my plan on that. It's very simple, and I like that because a lot of planners are doing too much. It will be like, track how much water you're having for that day, and like track what you're feeling that day, and like write a motivational quote. And I'm like, you know, girl, we just need to know what the agenda is. Like, that's all we need today. So this one is from the Happy Planner. I'll make sure to link this, but if you guys need a new planner, I feel like the Happy Planner is a good one. I had one in high school and I got it from Michael's, but this is my first Happy Planner I've had since then, and it's so cute. All right, we're down to my last newest purchase, and it is, it smells good. I just got it out of the dryer. It is my Barefoot Dreams blanket. Newest purchase, got it last week, and I ordered it when I was in LA. And Gretchen told me that it is like the best blanket ever. And so I honestly am partial because I love my Skims blanket, which is why I'm giving them away, which is why I just told you guys that it was one of my favorite purchases of 2022. This is very, very soft. See, my other one, I would say, is still very soft, my Skims one, but it's been washed and dried probably 100 times. I wash it every single week, so if that tells you anything. This one's like brand spanking new, super soft, of course. I did gift one of these to Jay's mom for Christmas, so I feel like everyone can do a fuzzy blanket. I can't say if I like this one or the Skims better. It's kind of up in the air, but I do know that this one matches my bedroom better. So I do like that part about it because I have all gray and white stuff in my bedroom. So that is my last of my newest purchases that I wanted to tell you guys about. Yeah, I think so. My only few that I have buyer's remorse, and then we'll end this sucker up because I don't want to talk your guys' ear off for too long. My Kindle. I do have a Kindle. I don't know if I necessarily have buyer's remorse because I used it for a while. I just like reading with a book. I like flipping pages. I feel like I don't want a device in my hand. And I know that this seems crazy because who wants to store all of these books, and it seems wasteful to like have these books, and I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I want to do. Like if I want to read a book and then like send it out to someone, or like see if someone else wants it, or maybe like donate it. I don't know what I need to do. Or maybe I need to go to the library and just rent books. But I will say that my Kindle really does not get the use out of it that I thought it would. I will typically rather reach for a book, and maybe it's because I'm on devices all day long. I'm on my iPad, I'm on my desktop computer, I'm on my phone literally 24/7, or I have a camera in my face 24/7, that it feels kind of, I don't know, it feels good to just like hold a book and to flip pages. So Kindle very well might be a little bit of buyer's remorse. I hate being negative because like some people love their Kindle more than life, but my next two, Nespresso. My Nespresso machine, I don't know if it was worth it. It was expensive. I don't know if it was worth it because I just don't think I'm doing something right. Like I don't think it froths my milk the way I want it to, so I end up frothing it myself. And then I also typically like cold drinks, iced coffee I guess, or cold brew. Lately I've been liking hot drinks, but like it does not taste as good out of my Nespresso as much as it does from Starbucks. And I just want, like I love the cozy feel of making a drink at home, but it just doesn't taste good. So maybe that's my own fault. Maybe I just need to read up on what I need to do differently. Maybe I need a different Nespresso maker. I think I have the Nespresso one that has just like the shots of espresso. Like it's not one of like the typical like coffee ones. They're like the tiny little capsules. And when I bought it, I did not know that. I just bought one because I was like, I don't know, they're all the same in my eyes. So that could have been a user error for sure. And then skincare. I have gone through the ringer this year with skincare. It's been one of my biggest insecurities, or skin problems I should say, not skincare. Skincare, I've spent so much money on skincare, it's not even funny. It makes me a little bit sick to even think about. I've tried actually everything over the years. I'm still learning, and like I'm still trying to figure out what's worth it and what's not, but I think that keeping it simple and making sure that there aren't crazy ingredients, and just making sure I give something enough effort for long enough, and I make sure that my esthetician, who is going to be continuing to do my facials every once in a while, I think she's like every 8 weeks, approves of the stuff that I'm doing, because I know nothing about skincare. Like I feel like I'm just like slapping things on my face. I'm like, let's hope this is doing me good, or like let's hope the order I'm going in is good. I think that skincare in a whole, as a whole genre has been one of my buyer's remorse things, because I just don't think that I'm like doing it right. I don't think, same with makeup, like I feel like I've got the right products. I don't know if I'm going in the right order. I don't know if I'm doing it correctly. We've got some learning to do, but maybe that's part of 2023, you know? So I think that wraps up everything. We really chatted your ear off today, I know that, but these are some of my favorite things right now, and also some of my newest purchases. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll get back to vlogging a full day in my life. I'm doing a day in my life vlog today, so you guys will see me in the same outfit, of course, doing like my day-to-day things. So hope you guys enjoyed. I love y'all, I adore y'all, I'm so thankful for y'all, and I'm so excited to announce the winner. How did I almost forget that? Give me 1 second, because I screenshotted her name. Wow, I almost just closed this vlog off and didn't even say the part that you guys are probably at the edge of your seat to hear about. Okay, the winner is Amy Peterson, and I'll put her name right here. And she, basically what I did for my giveaway is I just went through all of my comments and I picked a random one. So I put in like all these different names into a generator, picked a random one, and this one was Amy Peterson. You could have commented on any of my Vlogmas videos and it would have been an entry. So there were so many of you guys that were so supportive throughout the whole entire thing. I also have a giveaway on my TikTok and on my YouTube for the exact same things, which is the Hatch Alarm. We've got the Summer Fridays jet lag mask, the Skims blanket, the Hatch Alarm, did I say Hatch Alarm? And then one of these Stanley cups, and then also my 1UP Nutrition collab and greens. So Amy Peterson, congratulations, girly girl. And also congratulations to anyone who won my YouTube or my Instagram or my TikTok one, which will be announced on those separately, of course. I love y'all. Y'all are the best ever, and thank you guys so much for being so awesome throughout Vlogmas and being so supportive, as it was my very first one. And I will talk to you guys later. for another day of Vlogmas. Yeah, you guys will see one after this. So, love y'all.